All right, so we're gonna start sitting on our butt with our knees bent out in front of us. And we're just gonna take first 20 seconds. It's just gonna be some seated cat-cows. So sit down onto your butt with your knees bent. Hold onto your knees and then just move your spine a little bit. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, round your back and hang onto your knees. And just, if you like working with your breath when you do that kind of work, inhale as you lift your chest and exhale as you round your back. All right, one more up and down, and then we're gonna roll our way down to the ground. So nice and slow and controlled. Curl your tailbone under, roll all the way down to the ground, and then from there, step your arms out at your sides, step your legs out nice and long. And rather than a relaxed position with the legs, toes are gonna be pointing up towards the ceiling, and you wanna kind of feel like you're pushing into your heels. And then the next few seconds, it's just gonna be a nod of your head up and down. So it's not gonna be a big giant movement, but with your head connected to the floor, there's a little bit of myofascial movement. So just keep your back of your head connected to the ground, lift your chin and tuck your chin down. All right, and now keeping that anchored position with the legs, arms pressing into the ground, and now we're gonna turn the head side to side. So here you're gonna get a bigger range of motion, but keep your arms pressing into the ground and just work in a safe range of motion for your head and your neck. And time, nice work. Okay, head comes to center, step your feet in so that it's a bent knee position. And then we're gonna do that opposite hand, opposite foot. So you're gonna reach your arm up, stretch your opposite leg out, and then drag your heel. Think about pulling your abdominal muscles in as you pull the heel up and in. Send the other leg out, arm reaches up and overhead, pull the abdominal muscles in and drag your heel. And then if you're on a sticky mat, just know that you might have a little bit of a challenge when it comes to dragging that heel. So just create a little bit of a sense of lift so you feel your heel connected to the floor, but you're not pulling your mat with you. And then again here, if you like focusing on the breath, you're going to inhale as you reach the arm and leg out and exhale as you pull everything back in. "15 seconds left." Beautiful work, you guys. Nice job. And time. Okay, both knees are gonna slide in, so we're gonna get that bent knee position. First 20 seconds, we're gonna take our hundreds with the bent knee. So knees are bent, curl up the head, neck, and chest, hold that curled up position, start to pump your arms. Inhale for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5, and we get that nice vigorous pump of the arms. The abdominal muscles are pulling down. 10 more seconds with the knees bent. Now, you might choose to keep your knees bent the whole time with the feet on the ground, but if it feels good to add that little bit of challenge, now we're going to keep the chest curled up, but lift the legs into a tabletop position. Keep pumping the arms. Focus on that breath. Inhale for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. 10 more seconds here. You might choose to put your feet down. You might choose to stay in this tabletop position. But if you want that added bit of challenge, you're going to stretch the legs out, keep pumping the arms, keep the chest and chin curled up. Focus on that breath. Inhale for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. Nice job. 10 seconds left. You choose your own adventure with the legs, whichever one feels the best to you. And time. Nicely done. Okay, lower your arms down, lower your legs down, and maybe just take a nice big stretch. And then we're going to come back to that curled up position, but take it into a single leg stretch. So you're going to lift your left leg up off the ground, right knee comes into the chest. You're going to keep that curled up position, and then you're going to alternate one knee in and then the other. If you like focusing on the breath, you're going to exhale as you squeeze in and inhale as you reach out. 10 more seconds here. And now you might choose to stay with the single leg stretch, but if you want that added bit of challenge, in 3 seconds, we're gonna move on to that double leg stretch. So arms and legs are gonna reach out, circle the arms around, pull the knees into the chest. Reach the arms and legs out, circle around, bring it in. If that's too much, come back to that single leg stretch. You're gonna do the variation that feels the best to you, that you're in control of the most. Yes, beautiful work. Nice job, you guys. Woohoo! 5 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, lower yourself down, stretch your arms out, reach up and overhead. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then step your feet back in. And now we're going to move right back into some hip bridges. So hands alongside the hips, lift your hips up nice and high. Think hip hinge, lower your butt right back down to the ground. We got 1 minute on the clock. Slow and steady is the pace here. Lift and squeeze your glutes, lower with control. Pay attention to your knees here. So if you feel like there's some wobbling going on your knees, keep your inner thighs engaged, squeeze those glutes at the top, and then think hip hinge. So nice long spine as you lower your hips back down to the ground. Beautiful, you're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. And time, nicely done. Okay, bring your butt back down to the ground. Pick your legs up. This next minute is going to be a version of corkscrew with the knees bent. So we're going to hug the inner thighs together. Knees are going to drop slightly over to the right, just to the point that you feel the oblique muscles kick on. Circle the knees down and around, over to the left, bring it back to that midline. Over to the left, circle it around and down, over to the right, and then back to center. So we're working that bottom half of the circle, keeping the abdominal muscles pulled in slightly. So we want to keep that nice center, nice and firm. And then you're going to see how this feels here. So on the next minute, if you want, you're going to advance this movement. But if this already feels like enough, you're going to stay right here with the knees bent. Awesome. 10 more seconds. You got this. And time. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to stay with that bent knee position, keep your legs bent. Otherwise, to start, we're going to straighten the legs, reach the toes across, circle around, over to the other side, back to center. Now, this is the next level, but then if you want to take it a little bit further, just assuming that your spine and your neck feel comfortable and you feel like you have control, you're going to add a little roll up. So the next time you circle around to the right, you're going to lift your butt, roll up, roll down the right side, swing it down and around, over to the left, lift up on the left side, roll it down, circle it around, over to the right, lift up, lower back down, circle it around. You got it. So take the variation that you like best. Just make sure that it feels safe to your neck. Make sure it feels safe on your spine and you're in control of that movement. Beautiful, you guys. Nice work. Ten seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Okay, lower your legs all the way down to the end of the mat. Reach your arms up. Take a nice big stretch, a nice big breath. And then we're going to spin all the way around, come into a tabletop position. From your tabletop position, we're going to take one at the lightest version, and then from there, you'll play around with what feels good to you. So start in your tabletop position with your shoulders in line with your wrists, and then take a push-up here, but a negative push-up. So slow and steady. You're going to bend your elbows, lower your chest towards the ground, and then lower all the way down. Slide your legs back. Arms are going to reach out. Pull the arms back in. You might choose to push up to a tabletop position and then back to it. Or you're going to add on, you're going to take it into a plank position, step your feet into that high plank, take a negative push-up. So you're lowering slow and controlled all the way down. Belly comes all the way down. Arms reach out, pull the arms in. You'll either take your knees down, find your high plank with the knees, or take it all the way back up to that plank position. So you choose your own variation, whatever works good for your shoulders. A negative push-up all the way down to the belly, arms reach out, pull the arms in, power up to a plank, or take it up with your knees. You got it. You're already halfway there. Nice work. Ten seconds left. And time. Beautiful job. Okay, find your way back up to a tabletop position. We're going to stick with the right leg. It's going to be a donkey kick. So we're going to reach the foot up towards the sky, and then a fire hydrant, take it out to the side. So stay with that right leg, stabilize your shoulders and your arms, kick up and kick out, and then find a nice pace here that works good for you, but make sure your center feels nice and stable. Shoulders are nice and broad, so you're not wobbling all over the place with that tabletop. Beautiful. And then if you just need that little extra bit of support, make it a crooked table. Bring your left elbow and forearm down, and that can help stabilize your upper body so that you're not working too hard in the wrists and the shoulders. Beautiful. Fifteen seconds left on this side. Nicely done. Bring that knee down. Pull your butt back to your heels. Just get a little stretch to the glutes. Take one good breath. And then right back to your tabletop or your crooked table over to the other leg. So we take a donkey kick and a fire hydrant, staying with that left leg, making sure you keep a nice stability in your center. Shoulders are steady. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful, steady positions. Awesome. Already halfway there. If you feel like at any point you need to stabilize, you can make that crooked table, bring that right elbow and forearm down. 20 seconds left. And time. Woo, beautiful. Bring that knee down. Pull your butt back to your heels. Take a little stretch. Take a nice big breath. All right, now we're going to come up for a thigh stretch or for our Z sit. So in Pilates, they call this thigh stretch. Yoga, we call it a Z sit, but whatever the case may be, we're going to come into a high kneel position. And then once you're there, arms are just going to reach out straight from the chest. And you want to think a little tuck of the tailbone. So we want to think about pulling the pubic bone up towards the belly button. Keep that connection. So keep that nice solid connection right at your center. We lean back, keep that connection, lean forward. And if you like that little extra bit of work, bring yourself forward just to the point where you feel those hamstrings kick on, and then right back to it. Lean back. You might feel a stretch in your thighs. Lean forward just to the point where you feel those hamstring muscles kick on. Nice. And time. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to stay in a kneeling position, but now it's going to be a single leg down on the ground. The other leg is going to step out nice and wide. From here, I'll give you the different variations that we're going to go for. So with the leg out, hand down on the ground, start with this lower position, and you're just going to hop your toe forward, hop your toe back, bring it to center, lift up, lower down, hop it forward, hop it back, bring it to center, lift up, lower it down. And then from here, if you want to add on, add a little bit of extra challenge, you're going to keep the leg lifted. You'll kick it forward, reach it back, bring it to center, hug elbow and knee squeeze, and then release it nice and long. Kick forward, kick it back, bring it to center, bring it in for a little squeeze, and release. So whichever variation feels the most stable to you, that's the one you're going to choose. You want to keep your upper body nice and stable. Beautiful, you guys. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to come up into that higher kneel position, but with the leg out. And then if you like, grab a hand weight. The hand weight's not necessary, but it does add that little extra bit of challenge. And I'm going to turn both ways so you can see. So 30 seconds on this side. You're going to push your butt back to the heels. So you're going to think hip hinge, but as you reach your butt back, arms are going to reach out, and then you're going to pull it back in, squeeze your glutes. Reach your butt back, reach your arms out, pull it back in, squeeze the glutes. Beautiful. Five more seconds on this side. All right, step that foot in, rearrange yourself if you need to cushion that knee, set yourself up, and then step that foot out to the other side, and away we go, right back to it. Bringing your butt back, arms reach out, come back up, squeeze the glutes. You got it. Five seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, keep that leg out, place your weight down, and then we're right back to the other side. So hand on the hip, the lower version, we hop the foot forward, hop the foot back, hop it to center, lift up, lower it down, hop it forward, hop it back to center, lift up, lower it down. Make sure that you feel really good and stable in your shoulder, in your side body. And then if it feels good and you want that extra bit of challenge, you're going to keep the leg lifted, kick it forward, reach it back, bring it to center, elbow to knee squeeze, lengthen it out, kick it forward, reach it back, bring it to center, find that squeeze. Whichever version you're choosing, you get that same amount of work. Stable center, lots of work in the side body, lots of work in your glutes. And time. Woo, nice job. Bring that knee down. Take a second to just bring your butt back to your heels, get a little stretch to your glutes. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way up, grab a single weight or two heavy weights. That's going to be totally up to you, but it's going to be that nice wide squat. We're going to stay low here. So we're going to keep the weight on the ground, butt drops down, lift the butt up, take your weight to your chest, weight back down to the ground. Butt drops down, lift your butt up, lift the weights to your chest. You got it. Nice and slow and steady. This is not one of our speed rounds. You're already halfway there. Woo, 10 seconds left. You got this. And time. Woo, nicely done. Come all the way up. Give your legs a little shake. Give your butt a little wiggle. We're going to take it into deadlifts. So grab a second hand weight if you're going for those heavy weights. We're going to keep our feet about hip width distance apart, toes and knees pointing forward, hands down alongside the thighs, palms facing back. A little micro bend in the knees. Hinge from your waist. Keep that long spine. Come back up. Squeeze your glutes. Hips thrust forward just a little bit. Push your butt back. Hinge from your waist. Awesome. Come back up. Give a nice good squeeze. You got it. "20 seconds left. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Okay, set your weights down or just like one hand weight. So it's going to be a single weight and preferred a lightweight just because this is going to be one of our speed rounds if you're going for speed. If you don't want speed this morning, take it slow, maybe a heavier weight and be mindful. We're going to sit into a little squat. So single hand loaded, sink into a little squat. It's going to be a tricep kickback with one arm. Meanwhile, the opposite foot is going to tap back. It's 1 minute for speed. We're going to switch our arms and our legs at the 30-second mark. So here we go. Kick that leg back, kick that arm back. Try to focus on that stability in your center. So that elbow hugs in, nice and tight against the ribs, going as fast as you like, keeping a steady position with your center, a steady position with your standing leg. Yes, nice work. 5 seconds left. And then we're going to switch hands, switch legs. All right, here we go. Switch over to the other hand. Hug that elbow in. Kick the other leg back. You got it. Keep that nice low squat position so that standing leg has to work. Ten seconds left. And time. Woo! Nice job. Okay, grab your second weight or no weights. That's totally up to you. This is a speed round. Nice wide position with the legs. Reach down, touch the ground. Up to an overhead press. It uses a lot of big muscles. It's a great way to add a lot of work in 1 minute. You go as fast or as slow as feels right to you. If speed is not for you this morning, but we want to think butt back, bend your knees, touch the ground, and reach up to the sky. Nice. Five seconds left. You got this. Woo! And time. Great job. Set your weights off to the side. Our last minute of speed, we're going to take it to the back end of the mat. We're going to run forward, give a little hop, run backwards, touch the ground, run forward, give a little hop, run backwards, touch the ground, go as fast as you like. One last minute to get your heart rate up. You got it. If running is not for you, take it at a nice vigorous pace, pop your heels at the top, walk it back with a little bit of speed, touch the ground. You do the variation that works the best for your body this morning. Whoops. "20 seconds left. You got this." And time. Nicely done. Okay, now grab your set of weights. We're going to take it into a farmer's carry with a tippy toe walk, and we're going to walk the perimeter of our mat. Lift your heels, start to walk the perimeter of your mat with the heels lifted with that farmer's carry. So the weights are off of your side about 4 inches. Try to keep your heels lifted the whole time if you can. Keep that nice upright posture, arms held out to the side. Nice work, you guys. And if you like, switch directions just so you get that work on the opposite side. And time. Beautiful job. Set your heels down. Give your legs a little shake. And now we're going to take it into, keep your hand weights, a single arm bicep curl, standing on one leg. So it's going to be bicep curl, chicken wing, bicep curl, and a chicken wing. Stay on that side for 30 seconds, and then we'll switch. So it's single leg, single arm. The other side is loaded, but we're just letting that arm hang out at the side. Yes. If your balance is off, set your toe down so it's going to offset you, but then you don't have to focus so much on struggling to stay balanced. And then you'll still get all of that strengthening in your standing leg. Nice job. All right, switch to your other foot, bicep curl, out to that chicken wing. You got it. Again, if your balance is off, put your toe on the ground, stabilize your center. You're still getting lots of work in your standing leg, but then you can also focus on the work in the bicep and the shoulder. Nice job. And time. Woo, set that foot down. Give your toes a little wiggle. Give your ankles a little bit of movement. Our last bit of work is going to be a heel walk, and we're going to hold it in a waitress carry. So arms up and overhead. Take it to the back end of your mat. Lift your toes and the balls of the feet. Slow and steady here. Walk yourself all the way up to the front end of your mat, keeping the toes and the balls of the feet off the ground. Turn yourself around. Walk with your heels to the other end of your mat. Turn yourself around. And then if you can, bring that focus when you turn yourself around. Make sure you're turning in both directions. So maybe you turn to the right at one side of the mat, and then maybe you turn to the left at the other side of your mat. Beautiful. And time. Woo, lower your arms down. Give your feet a little shake. Give your legs a little wiggle. All right, when you're ready, step your left leg across your right. Crisscross your feet. Walk down toward your toes. Let your arms hang nice and heavy. Take a nice big breath. Come up nice and slow. The leg that's in front, that arm's going to reach up. Take a nice little side bend. Awesome. Lift up, switch the crossing your legs over to the other side. Leg comes across, walk yourself down. Let your arms hang, reaching towards your toes. It does not matter if you touch your toes. Beautiful. Come up nice and slow. The leg that's in front, that's the arm that reaches up. Take a nice side bend. Awesome. Release that arm. Step both feet to about hip width distance apart. Take a nice big breath, reach up, and then we're going to roll down. So we're going to think curl down the head, neck, and chest, reaching the arms towards the ground. Bend your knees if you need to, especially if it pulls against the backs of your legs or if you feel any zinging in your glutes. Bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll back up, reach your arms up and overhead, and we're going to do that again. Tuck chin to chest, roll down like you're peeling your back away from a wall, all the way down to the ground. Take one good breath. Bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up. We're going to do that one more time. Reach your arms up, peel away, curl down, touch the ground, take a breath. Bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up nice and slow. And then just to give your ankles and your feet just a little bit of love, shift your weight onto one side, keep your big toe on the ground, draw a couple of circles in one direction. Draw a couple of circles the other way. Nice. And then if you can stand it, toenails press into the earth. So you get this little stretch to the top of the foot and the ankles. Just gently push to a point that feels like a good sensation to you. And then release and switch over to the other side. Big toe on the ground, circle your ankle one way. Awesome, circle your ankle the other way. Nice, and then toenails on the ground. Gently push down just to the point you feel a little stretch in the ankle and the top of the foot. Beautiful, and then release. Give everything a little wiggle. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. Grab your foam roller and a light set of hand weights if you're sticking around.